So I decided this was a good time to do a video for myself about what I did this year and what I want to do next year. These are tomatoes that I'm letting get really crazy. I don't know if I should do that, but I am. I'm loving these sunflowers. Next year I'm going to put them everywhere. They make me really happy. My peppers. I have herbs just tucked everywhere. There's oregano, there's thyme, there's chives. I think I'm going to continue to just stick it everywhere and don't have an herb garden because it deters pests. And so why not just throw it all over the place, and I know where it is if I want to go get it for cooking. Lots of cool little flowers in here. Everything's edible and medicinal. There's a chamomile, artichokes. I'm letting my tomatoes be really crazy. I probably need to calm them down, but I kind of like them like that. The cherry's doing great. There's jasmine back there, salvia back there. The beans, there's a lemon balm in there. This is beans and beets, and I think I'm going to do pole beans next year because these beans they're doing way too good and it's hard to get in there. So harvesting them has been a pain, and I probably should not have put beets in with them, but when I did put beets in with them, they got really happy. So I don't know. Mint, I have bee balm. All of the kiwi are recovering. Look at that. Happy. Potatoes, yarrow. There's carrots, eggplant. I am so in love with eggplant flowers. I want that next year. Ground cherries. I'm super excited. The ground cherries are so cute. Look at them. I love ground cherries. Look at that kiwi recovering. I'm so happy. Bee balm, marigolds I'm going to plant. So this whole area I have seeded with crimson clover, and over there also. It should be planted at a rainy time, so I'm trying to water. That could be a big fail. But I want plants in the ground, not just soil. So I'm trying. Hopefully that works out. So here I have garlic, onions all thrown in there. Sunflowers need to be pruned, these kind. So this one just fell over and ripped out of the ground. I pruned that one. It's doing way better, so I need to prune. These are the yellow, red, and black raspberries all mixed together. The blacks are insane. They're crazy. They're out of hand, and they might just need their own trellis each. So I'm just gonna watch them and see. I'm not sure, but they are way different than these straight up ones that the red and gold are. They're like out of hand. I'm trying to grow comfrey, the blocking 14, I think, the kind that doesn't go crazy. This is a blackberry, a thornless blackberry, triple crown. Super excited about that. Next year I'm just gonna have it all the way across here with none of that sunflowers or the comfrey or anything. Thimbleberry was my only loss in the heat storm, which is actually not that bad. This is my loquat. It got hurt in the heat storm, but look at it recovering just fine. These are my pineapple guavas. I'm gonna back up because I would like to see how much they grow next year, but I think they're growing a lot, but I don't remember what they looked like last year. So yeah, no flowers yet, no fruit yet. The squash is just, they're really crazy, and I just have to dig so much to find squash. Next year, I'm going to do a cattle panel trellis to try to make this easier. But they're doing really good. The cantaloupe, oh my gosh. There are just cantaloupe everywhere. There's so many cantaloupe. This was a huge success. I'm going to have cantaloupe for everybody. This is Acorn Squash. Really good. This is the watermelon. It is not giving fruit yet, but it has flowers, so it blooms a little bit later, I guess, or gives food later. Salmonberry, gooseberry, red currant, white currant. That pineapple sage is so happy. Again, I'm gonna put herbs all throughout the garden. There's also a rosemary over here, and I just wanna throw them in everywhere. I don't care where they're at. All of the leafy greens are going to seed and need to be cut down. This little fig I just planted, it's struggling. I hope it does okay. All of the kale and collard greens are doing great and still giving me food, so that's awesome. And I think they're gonna last a lot longer, but all of these leafy greens need to be chopped down, and I might look into a winter garden later, but I'm just too much on my plate to think about that right now. This is a blueberry, gooey berry. I got these yarrows that I really like. Another blueberry, snap peas that should be dead right now, and especially after a heat storm, they should be dead right now, and they are so happy and giving me food. Weird. My fig is doing so good, and I'm gonna take a class on pruning it, so I'm just letting it do its thing. But look, I'm not even supposed to have fruit this year, and I have 2. Yay! That's another echinacea. I did not know I love echinacea so much. It smells so good. And there's beets and onions and strawberries, and that's a pomegranate right there. There's just so many plants mixed in here, and I like mixing everything, and it makes everything seem to be happier when I do this. So this right now, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this entire area, and that's okay. I'm gonna let that come to me later. But what I've done up here is, this is stuff that people have given me as gifts. So that was a grape out of a woman's yard, and that was a fig the lady gave me next door the day I moved in. So hopefully it gets big and bushy and blocks that window. That's my plan. That's salvia. But yeah, there's not a lot over there right now. This is just, I threw everything in here. There's honeyberries, 2 honeyberries, strawberries, onions, garlic, basil, marigolds. I just threw everything in this bed, and it is so happy. And I don't know why. I think it's one of my favorite beds. So I just kind of realized that I can just throw everything together, and it makes everything happy. And I can just cram things together tight, and it doesn't matter, other than the squash. Not the squash. The squash needs room. And like I said, the trellis is what I'm gonna do to deal with that problem. And yeah, the artichokes did great. I really liked letting them bloom. I will probably just let them bloom again. Maybe I'll eat one just to see what it tastes like. I haven't started getting peppers yet, but eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, I think that's everything. I mean, there's way more plants in this yard that I just can't say everything is, but it's going pretty great, and I'm excited at what I've done. And man, having no grass was a huge goal of mine, and there it is. Not even a tiny bit of grass. So on to the next adventure, chickens and cover crop. Woohoo!